There's some big money there in the Pala Pala farm that we're not hearing from.
Any other person had foreign currency. Look at electricity. Is electricity a new concept?
No.
Wait till you have watershed. Like I'm sitting here. If I stood up,
I'm gonna stand up too. I'm gonna give it a go.
Right? Yeah. You understand? Do you ever see someone stop taking advantage when they're allowed to take advantage?
What did they do differently?
Guys, Dubai.
It's beautiful.
What did they do different? I think they all got on the same page. Do you know, if you wanted to meet a politician today, first he'll be late. Then he'd listen to your idea. And then you're lucky if he actually does something about your idea. And you're even more lucky if he does something about your idea but doesn't introduce you to a gatekeeper of some sort that reroutes your idea and makes it his, so that this official's interests are now taken care of.
So was Duduzane, like, what motivated him to start this journey?
You know, Duduzane and I have a saying.
Yeah.
We say, Winston, whatever happens, we need to be on the same page, even if it's the same wrong page.
You know when you see the white auntie starting to hug you, then you know you're doing something.
Oh yeah.
If you've been to a presidential estate, the president has a helicopter, actually 2 helicopters, and he has Falcon 1. Then there's the house.
You gotta have a generator though.
Yeah, give me all your attention. One time for the misfits. Through the doors open on the highway. I promise you don't want to miss this.
So you can still throw hands, eh?
Are you a Floyd or a
like
Mike Tyson?
Well, Tyson and
Are you a
Muhammad
Floyd
are
or a
chats.
Tyson?
I'm a Floyd because,
They can't hit you.
yeah, but because that's the science. Tyson actually is an enigma. Tyson's style works for Tyson because of his build, his short arms, his thick neck,
he's gotta
his
go
wide
in.
shoulders.
Yeah.
But
Both
you
like a
can't
machine.
just say, I want to be a Tyson. You
have to
get
be
me?
born a Tyson.
Yes, you're born a Tyson.
think so?
Because
I
of
think so.
those are disadvantages that he's turned into
Yeah,
advantages.
to be short. They told me I gotta get close.
A lot of
Gotta
things,
get
you know what I
close,
mean?
yeah.
You got to be fast. I mean, those are disadvantages that Tyson's had. He just has perfected his style. It looks like an advantage. But
Jesus. Okay.
Wow.
Winston, thank you for joining us today. We are privileged to have you. Welcome to the Load Shed. We've been following your journey quite closely. But for our listeners, the question I have, question number 1 will be, who is Winston? Describe Winston.
okay. Firstly, let me say what a privilege it is to be here.
Thank you.
I'm honored. I'm always humbled by the fact that people would want to engage with me or want to hear my story, because I'm just a guy from around the way, you know, a Newlands boy, born and bred, went to Newlands East Secondary School, played a bit of sport, did boxing. That was my go-to. And later went into business, found relative success. Why I say relative? Because it's always relative, right?
Always going to be relative.
Yeah,
True.
relative to where I come from, I'd say I've done well, right? So that's who I am. I'm just a guy's guy.
Yeah, so describe the average day for you.
average day, get up, see if I can get a run in, if I can, But from the time I get up, my phone's buzzing.
It's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wall Street opens at 7.
You know what I mean? And it's crazy for me because my eyes open at like 4:30.
Wow.
So by 5, I've had my first cup of tea. I'm a tea guy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
What are you, 5 rows or?
5 roses.
There we
My
go.
God.
There we go.
You know what I mean? I'm a tea guy. And then from there, Instagram, how many inboxes, and I try and answer the ones I can. If I can answer a couple, if I get through 15, I'm like, okay, I tried because it's crazy there. And then now it's onto WhatsApp, answering messages, and I have this thing with my CEO. When you get the idea, put it down on WhatsApp. If you get the idea at 10:30, put it down. If you get it at 12, put it down. When I get up, I'll go through it and I'll ask some questions. And when you get around to it, so we play that game so we don't lose the momentum, lose the idea. So now I have to go through those. And then it's Duduzane. If he was up and he had an idea and he's saying he wants to bounce it off me and he's saying, what do I think about it? Now I'm answering that, and now it gets to work. So that's about 2 hours of that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And by then now getting changed.
So
ready to
your
figure
day
out.
is really starts at 4:30.
I wouldn't say hoppers
had
4 is
your-
me, that half an hour is me.
You've had your
And then
tea.
5 now.
Yeah.
Yo.
So you're a religious guy. Do you wake up in the morning, say a quick prayer? Because I feel like that was something big that I heard you spoke on. Your mom was a very active church lady, eh?
Yeah, I won't say I'm a religious guy, but I grew up in a church home. Like, so do I believe in God? Absolutely. Do I live the way my mom would have wanted me to? Absolutely not, I mean,
A lot of us, eh?
Mom, sorry, Mom.
yeah, she would have wanted me on my knees all day.
Every day. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm not that guy, but yeah, absolutely, I believe in God. I absolutely believe we could do more even in our spiritual life. Yeah, And when I pray, it's more to say thank you because I feel like, God has done so much for us already. Like, and some of us just become nag bags. It's just like, okay, and this and that and that. What about saying thank you? So I say thank you because I feel like we've got enough. And I set about on my day,
Sure.
Yeah, that's me.
And the day is obviously business related. What is it that you do there?
So the day depends. If there's some meetings that I just can't miss on the business side, I have to be there. But sometimes it's stuff on the political side with Duduzane, and I have to be there.
100%.
What's that like?
Yeah, because now that's a different.
That's a new
business.
avenue there for
Yeah.
you now. What is that like?
So let me first say what motivated being involved in the political space. I think there's for South Africans in general, there's a cognitive dissonance that we suffer from. And I say this to say we know that there are problems, there are opportunities, there are things we would like to go better. We would like to do better, right? But what we say and what we do are polar opposites, right? We say we want change, but we do nothing to kind of get that change going. We don't get involved. Even if we feel we have a value to add, And remember something, getting involved doesn't mean you're a politician. I'm involved in politics, but I'm not a politician.
I think what it is, though, is that for some, the word politics in South Africa is a space where they don't want to be involved
Because
in.
of the negative connotation.
Just of the connotation that's attached to it. But you're right. People are going to complain, but they're not going to do anything about it. But the moment you start saying politics, or if you have a political view, especially with us youngsters, they think they make a judgment based on your political view of who you
sort
are.
of describes who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? I align
exactly
with
that.
this party. Oh, so you're one of those guys.
So you that guy.
Yeah.
So you're going to be part of the unrest, for example.
So first things first, right? You're 29, right?
30 now.
30. You 29.
29 in a week, eh?
Just know your
I'm just
name.
trying to hold
know
on to
your
my
age.
last few years of being young.
You're not youngsters.
Okay, well, we'd like to believe so.
You
but
know
we're
what I
not.
mean? Why I say this is because guys at you guys' age have been impacting the world. Big time. The average age in South Africa is 28 years old.
Sure.
So you're the driving force of any idea. You're the driving force of the general consensus. You're the driving force of the narrative. But when it's said, these youngsters, I think it's a way to placate. And for whoever's saying that, not to be held accountable, right? Because let's be honest, there's a lot that our leaders need to answer for, right? Look at electricity. Is electricity a new concept?
No. No, it's not.
You know what I mean?
But also...
But in South Africa, you'd think it was invented last year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I cannot fathom it.
Yeah.
I cannot
You know what I mean?
fathom it when my lights go off.
Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Like, imagine the main conversation. We just went to get coffee before you came, and there were these foreigners downstairs. And they say to us, the first thing they say to us is like, how do you guys live with load shedding?
Like, what
Not
the
even,
hell?
what's your name? Are you from here? How do you live with load shedding? It's become such a normal topic. It's like a topic starter with a foreigner, you know?
Guys, and the crazy part is, I was speaking to a senior official 2 years back, and he said to me, Winston, you think it's bad now with load shedding? Wait till you have water shedding.
Jeez, like,
So I say to him,
what do you mean?
what do you mean? Why would we have water shedding? He says the infrastructure is just going downhill. I said, okay,
Maintain
you guys know, maintain it. He says, we do patchwork. We keep kicking the can down the road because the bosses are more concerned about the political play and the aesthetics and how to stay in power, right? So you take that budget and you spread it around and you do patchwork. Now you're not doing the real job that you're supposed to be doing. You're doing sprinklings, right?
Wow.
So you kick the can down the road till it comes undone. And if you notice now, even in neighborhoods, when you drive around, there's always leaks. This pipe
for sure,
burst
for sure.
because it's coming apart at the seams.
They actually did it in Johannesburg. They had some water shedding because they were doing some maintenance there.
Yeah.
Yes.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Mess.
So I say this to say that people are messing up. If we don't pick up the standard, because we're not saying we here to change everything, but we have to say, guys, let's lift up the standard.
Just a little bit,
of what's going on here.
Yeah. The basics.
Yeah, let's do
get
the basics right.
Yeah.
You know what
There
I
you
mean?
go.
Yeah.
There you go.
100%. So I feel that unless that gate is opened and more skilled people come in, it's going to be a race to the bottom, right? And I say it's incumbent on the rich to protect the poor from the indignity of poverty.
Some of them are leaving,
Right?
Winston.
My brother, it depends on who you are. Right? I've traveled the world. South Africa is a beautiful country.
For sure.
Let me tell you,
For sure.
Nothing better.
nothing better. And let me tell you, for what you spend here in comparison to how you live, you can't even compare. I was in London. I had 2 slices of toast. I paid $160. It's like,
This is not of an Albany bread, and now you're also
gosh.
making me
I'm
pay
like,
these
you know,
prices.
you know how many loaves I could get them?
Yes.
You
From
know?
the corner shop, you can get a case of loaves.
Yeah.
But to that point, do we not have a certain... Do we not have some people to thank for this kind of way that we're living? But also with the view that, hey, there's a lot of room for improvement.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen, don't get me wrong. I am not saying that we're fighting with our elders or those that have gone before us. Not a chance. We are saying, guys, fantastic job. Excellent. But we're also saying we don't still have Neil Tovey captaining Bafana, do we? Did Neil Tovey do a bad job? No.
Or Bruce Fordyce running that Comrades Marathon.
Did Bruce Fordyce do a bad job?
Nope.
No. You get what I mean? In today's game, they are no longer fit for purpose. For today. But in their day, they were absolute beasts and they had the courage to do their thing. The problem is with us. We don't have the courage to stand up and be counted. And I was saying to someone, do you know what the only phrase in the Bible that's repeated 365 times? So how many days in a year?
365 days.
And what's the only phrase repeated 365 times?
I'm going to take a guess.
Yeah?
Let there be light.
Do not be afraid.
Do not
Sure.
be afraid.
Wow.
Why? Because God knew
Yeah.
He can't do anything with cowards. He knew, like,
Amen. Yeah.
you a scared guy.
Yeah.
He's not, I can't do anything with you. Right? Now we want sunlight, but we're scared to come out of the shade. Pick your poison, boys.
Are we not squeezed enough to make a difference or make some sort of change? So what I mean is, are we comfortable with the chaos?
Here's the other thing I like to say. You will only change when the discomfort of change
Yes.
is less than the discomfort or greater than
The discomfort of
staying the same.
Of staying the same, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me give you a practical example. If I come in here and the aircon is blaring, at first I'll try to stick it because I don't want to cause some change to your guys' system, the way your seats are arranged. I'll first try to say, no, I think I can lump it, right? But after a while, I feel like my nose is clogging up. I'm starting to get,
Feeling sick.
I'm getting sick
Yeah.
now. That's when I'll say, guys, I'm sorry to do this, but I have to move somewhere else or turn the aircon down. Why? Because the discomfort of staying the same is now greater than the discomfort of change. So you'll only change if the because we're creatures of comfort,
Yeah.
right? Your brain is meant to make you survive, then comfortable, not to thrive, right? It goes for surviving first. Now that it's like, okay, we can survive, let's get comfortable. not to thrive. Anything that makes you thrive is uncomfortable because it's uncharted. It's constantly pushing the bar, right? For you to be your most healthy, you have to put your body through immense discomfort and pressure. Likewise in life, for you to be successful, you have to push yourself through immense discomfort. And the brain, that's not its first choice.
No.
Its first choice is,
Survive.
you know what I mean? Let me survive.
Everything's nice,
or
yeah.
then
Always fine.
comfortable. Then I can critique. Look at this clown. Look at what's that load shedding show? What are these guys trying? What nonsense. Look at Chooks. What a coconut. What the hell? Who's the other
They
guy?
call him that on the comments.
Easy.
Who's the other guy? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why? Because it's easier.
Yeah.
It's comfortable. Until you say, hey, why don't you give it a go? Try.
Yeah.
You understand? That it's not. So that's the difference between you and them. That's the difference between us and them. That's the difference between achievers and the guys who nobody remembers. Like, remember Troy? The guy
No
said,
one will remember your
no
name.
one will remember your name.
Because you don't want to fight Boagrius.
You understand?
that big boy.
So the truth is, if you are never outgunned, if you are never outnumbered, if you are never in a corner, if you are never in a situation where the odds are against you, you're not worth remembering. You're not worth.
So what was that turning point for you then to be like, okay, this is it. I'm now uncomfortable. The
Because-
aircon's at pre-94. This is too much.
Yeah.
This country needs to make a change. Duduzane,
Or
let's get involved.
Was it more a personal change before you became politically connected? Was it a personal journey? Because being colored as well, the neighborhood life isn't always the best, you know? You grew up in a neighborhood and everybody's doing okay, you know, but nobody's doing good, you know? And is that sort of the environment that you grew up in? Or were you growing up in a soft environment?
And then what was that squeeze?
So yeah, everyone was doing okay,
Yeah,
right? Relatively speaking.
yeah,
But what I found is to get left behind by time, you don't need to move backwards. You just need to stay the same. Stay in the same place. If you are the guy you are today, if you just jot down all your failures, all your successes, your assets, what you have, how much you're worth, if you are this guy in 10 years' time, people would say you've fallen off. But the truth is you didn't fall off. You just stayed the same. I think it's Jay-Z who says, people say that you've changed. Like I worked this hard to stay the same.
yeah,
Right? You're not trying to stay the same. Right? So as life starts moving, you feel like, hey, why do I feel like this is getting ahead of me?
Yeah.
Right? And you feel like, no, let me do something else. And as you start to add value, people come on board with you. Other people say, actually, we support you. You could spearhead this and be that guy. And also, I think one of my biggest attributes is I know how to be the number 2 guy. There's some people who just don't know how to play in a team.
A support role.
You can't. He has to be the star of whatever show is going on. He has to be the guy. And sometimes just being the number 2 guy is you the strongest number 2 because even the number 1 guy understands your value.
Yeah.
So you got to know where you fit in, right? And you've got to find your purpose, right? So it's opportunity, preparation, purpose, they all collide. Someone says, that's luck. It's not luck. Preparation's always been happening. They just haven't seen it. Opportunity's always been coming across.
Yeah.
Right? Purpose has been coming to this intersection. The timing, when they hit, boom, it looks like luck. Right? But if you delay on preparation, you miss the train. Right? And also, if you are too scared, you miss the train. Because opportunity comes too early or too late. Either time you don't take it, you lose. Not the opportunity. It comes too early or too late. Either time you don't take it, you lose.
Yeah.
Because the truth is, it was never too early. You just weren't courageous enough.
Wow.
It was never too late. You just weren't. So that is what you told yourself. You said it's too early. You said it's too late. So that is why I try to, when I speak, look, I'm 43. You guys are 10 years, 11 years off me. What, 14, right?
13,
14.
Jeez, don't make yourself so old. Yeah.
13, 14 off me. But I don't like it when I hear guys touching 30 saying, they say we the young guy. No, because do you pay young guys tax?
No,
You've
I do
been
not.
paying big boy tax.
I do
Big boy
not.
tax for a while.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So
True.
and look around the world. I mean, I got a friend, actually I was introduced to by Duduzane. His name is Ahmed Ben Saleem. He's the chairman of DMCC, Dubai Minerals and Commodity Center, right? He has grown that business over time, all right? And he was the chairman from when he was 22.
No.
Wow.
Right? Right, let's park that. Mark Zuckerberg, how long has he been a millionaire and a billionaire?
Yes, yeah. He's Mr.
Right?
Facebook, yeah.
Right?
I was Meta.
Park him.
Yeah.
Trudeau. In his 30s, the guy was the guy. Right? Park him. Macron. Macron started his party 8 months before elections. I think he was 36 or 37.
Yes.
Boom, president of France.
France, yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you look around the world, younger people are playing a more meaningful role.
So when are our grandpas here going to retire then? And give us a chance.
Because young people are very demotivated in South Africa.
Yeah.
Youth unemployment is at its highest in Africa, yeah.
Do you ever see someone stop taking advantage when they're allowed to take advantage?
No, because that's comfortable for them. Yeah, for sure.
Right? So instead of asking, when are they going to give us a chance? When are we going to back ourselves and take a chance on us? Right?
Yeah.
Right? Because the truth is, we don't put our hands up. Right? And they keep doing what they're doing. It's like we're in an abusive relationship. She never charges. She never leaves. He never stops. He does what he does. The day she says enough is enough, if you lay one hand on me, I'm charging you, or I'm out. He's got two choices. One, stop, or lose her. That's just the way it goes.
So would you say we're in an abusive relationship right now?
Do you think we're in a good relationship? Are you thriving in
when
it?
you describe it like that, you know, I mean, you
have load shedding.
You have load
3
shedding
times a day.
You drive
That's
over a
jab.
pothole. You're like, God
You hit
damn
the
it.
pothole.
Okay.
Pothole changes your
Yeah.
song on your radio.
And then you're like, but I still love him.
Yeah, I still love it. That's exactly what's happening.
I still love him.
Yeah.
He's the father of my children.
But that's the beauty of South Africa that we love, you know?
Yeah.
And that love is exactly what you're saying. You go anywhere else in the world and you always say there's no place like home.
100%.
With its differences, like, I go home and I get hit a few times, but I love the man. I love the country.
But you don't love South Africa enough.
Okay.
Why I'm
if
saying,
you love South Africa enough,
There
you
we
would
go.
make it better. You
There
would
we
push
go.
for the
There we go.
change.
there we go.
Yeah.
You see it going downhill. You see your home getting destroyed. Tell me something. If an uncle, your father, anyone, you get home today and your father just starts breaking stuff, breaking the TV, breaking the dishes.
Yeah, I'm
You
trying
love
to
your
picture
old
my
man,
dad do
right?
that, yeah.
You love him, right? Wouldn't you stand up and stop him?
Yeah.
Of course.
You would.
Because we're of that age.
You understand? You'd hold. You'd try to do it in the most loving way
Yeah.
because you love your dad, but you'd be like, Dad, you can't.
Can't do this.
You can't do this.
This is our
And
home.
you'd restrain him to the point that he understands that my kid still loves me, my son loves me, but this is our home. There'll be nothing else to salvage.
Yeah.
So at some point, you got to say, this is our home. And not for, I want to be a minister, just like, let the right people get into the right positions. Boys, you guys carry on. You run it. We doing what we're doing. We in business. We doing podcasts. We doing whatever we're doing. But let there be light.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's get all these trucks off the road. Let's get the trains running.
Railways,
Why aren't we having bullet trains? Why aren't we drilling for oil? There's oil and gas here. Why aren't we open 24 hours? Okay, when the lights are on, get more police on the payroll, patrolling the area, get crime down, get doctor cheaper. Boys, we can count.
We can do this. But there's Dubai. You know, if you look at Dubai, they made some incredible changes, positive changes
In the last 100 years.
In the last, not even 100, in the few
50,
years, What did they do differently?
Guys, Dubai
It's beautiful.
in 1980 was a desert.
was empty.
It was nothing.
Sheikh Zayed Road had just that one thing,
Yes.
that one hotel.
In 1990, it was totally different. In 2000, even more different. Today,
Sure. One of
It's
the
an
leaders of the
state of
world.
the art.
it's an oasis,
Yeah.
right? And then you say to yourself, what did they do different? I think they all got on the same page,
Sure.
right? Because let's be honest, what is Dubai? 2-3 million
Population.
Emiratis, right?
Yeah.
And
Expats.
expats is the rest, the 9 million or but they all got on the same page. Now I'm saying yes, South Africa is diverse, but our diversity can be our strength. Right?
100%.
Look at
Rugby.
There we go.
what we doing in
when I
rugby.
said it.
Yeah.
Right? Look at
We've got the big white guys in there doing the
Yeah,
hard work.
the bomb squad
We've got the
coming
fast
in.
colored guys running up the wings.
Yeah.
We've got the stronger black guys holding the line, and look at how well they work together.
perfect.
Look at
Yeah.
the people too.
When when people have, Duduzane and I have a saying.
Yeah.
We say, Winston, whatever happens, we need to be on the same page. Even if it's the same wrong page, it needs to be the same page. Right? Why? Are we saying we want to do the wrong things? No. We're saying mistakes will happen. but they are our mistakes to make. Because you learn more from the process and the journey than you do from the glory and the destination.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So let's own the positives. Let's own the negatives. They are our mistakes to make. We are on the same page. So much so, if him and I discuss something and we don't agree, now we got to agree with the way forward and we agree on that. But I'm like, watch, this won't work, right? Firstly, I have to get off that watch, this won't work, and try my darndest to make it work. If it fails, I can't say, actually, it wasn't my idea, it was his. I can say, we messed up on this one, boys. You know why? Because the ones that work sometimes were his. And I revel in that glory, like, we pulled it off. Jeez.
Yeah.
Right?
We win together.
We win together.
We lose together.
We lose together, you know? And my dad used to say, boys, win big or lose big, but let's go big.
Yeah.
There we go.
Win big, lose big, but let's go big.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
So you're a very fearless guy from everything I've seen and everything I've heard.
It's, you know, what I find is it's not the absence of fear. It's embracing the fear. You know what I mean? You have to do what you have to do. Doesn't mean you're not going to be scared. You get what I'm saying?
100%.
Because it's like pain. If you didn't have pain, your life would probably be cut short because you wouldn't know you're not well.
It'd be boring too.
You understand?
Yeah.
Imagine you don't know you have a fractured rib.
Yeah.
Just going, moving around like everything's all
Moving
good.
normal.
You know what I mean? Your rib has punctured your lung. You don't even know you're dying.
Yeah.
You understand? So likewise, fear is there to warn you. It's saying, listen, you need to be alert. Play your best game here.
Yeah.
It's game on, right? Yeah. But it doesn't mean fear needs to cripple you. Still play the game, boys. You know what I mean? So that's the long and short of it. We have to get up and get this thing right.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
How would be the question. You know, I think we all feel the same way. Something's got to give. Something's got to change. But we're going to need leaders to give us a nice and thorough how that we buy into, I think. You know, that we buy into. Be like, all right, guys, this guy's got a point. It starts with us. It starts here. He says, maybe we should switch off our lights from 5 to 6, whatever, I don't know. But it's something that we buy into, you know, making the change together.
Okay, let me tell you something, right?
Yeah.
Do you know if you wanted to meet a politician today, or not a politician necessarily, a member of government, it would be relatively difficult to do. You know why? They're in meetings all day, every day. They've been in meetings since 94.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you understand?
So they are
So
in meetings.
I'm saying this to say, we don't need more action plans. We don't need more manifestos. We don't need a new constitution. We don't need a new way of saying the same old things. Boys, we need implementation.
Yeah.
Action.
That's all.
Action.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Get out there and do the work.
My brother, the talking points, they come so easily. It's the doing that they don't follow through on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you were to be privileged enough to get an appointment with an official, first, he'll be late. That's the first thing. Right? then he'd listen to your idea. And then you're lucky if he actually does something about your idea. And you're even more lucky if he does something about your idea but doesn't introduce you to a gatekeeper of some sort that reroutes your idea and makes it his, so that this official's interests are now taken care of, right? So now what's the overarching narrative that comes out of this? More than the country, more than the implementation, is me getting something out of it, right? So guess what happens? He gets something out of it and the quality drops because it's difficult to serve two masters. Give you an example. They say if you're a boss at work, never date your accountant or never date your PA or never date. Why? Because when her superior comes and says, listen, this is what I want done, she'll say, no, I'm seeing the MD in an hour. That'll have to come later. But if you don't get this done, I'm warning you, I'll have you on a written warning. Hang on, after I see him, let's see what he'll say about this. You'll get your call. You understand? Because now her focus is servicing this relationship, not servicing this relationship. Likewise, now the focus becomes servicing the relationship between the official and his guy, not servicing the relationship between the whatever that company is and the implementation to serve the people, right? Why do you think officials don't serve the people, but they win votes? Because there are certain role players who they do service that understand how to tap into relative people who kind of sway the perception, right? So they sway the perception, and then there's a big plethora of people who are fence sitters who say, we're not going to get involved in this murky. And guess what? This persists. So you, like I said before, it's like being in a bus. Everyone can drive. The driver's drunk. The bus is hitting the barriers. I say, Josh, can you drive? You say, yeah. So I think this guy's going to kill us. Why don't you drive? Hey, Winston, I don't want to get involved. You know, I don't even know who the owner of the bus is. But Josh, we're going to die.
We're all going to die, Josh.
You understand?
Yeah.
So there are capable South Africans.
100%.
You understand?
Yeah.
But it's not going to work sitting on the peripheries. It's just, you got to get into this thing. And yes, we didn't study political science. So you got to be somewhat of an autodidactic. You know what I mean? You got to learn on the job. You got to teach yourself some of the stuff.
Yeah.
But you got to make it work. And the idea is be people focused, people centered. If you love people, they'll feel it. And it won't be hard to serve them. But if you don't, they'll feel that too. And serving them will be difficult. It's like being a kindergarten teacher who hates kids.
It doesn't work.
You can be brilliant. It's just going to show up.
Yeah.
These grimy little buggers. You know what I mean? And the kids will just start crying more of the time. Why? Because they're kind, ma'am, you don't like us. We don't like you too. You know what I mean?
One of those.
And you find when a person loves kids, a kid is crying, the person just picks the kid up. Quiet.
Changes.
You try. Your kid's like, no, I don't even know you. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so really have the right person in the right position. You know what I mean? And if yours is to deliver to society, be that person. And I'm not saying you have to be the person that loves people. You can be the numbers guy, but be the numbers guy, love the numbers. And go to your constituency or your boss and say, this is what the numbers are saying. I've analyzed the numbers and we got a problem here, right? But don't have the numbers guy trying to do that and you got the people's guy trying to do the numbers and you got...
Just doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
So was Duduzane, like, what motivated him to start this journey?
Me.
You. So Winston, you said, dude, we gotta sort the situation out.
I said, dude, we got a big problem here.
Yeah.
Right? And Duduzane is a people's person,
100%.
second to none.
Yeah.
That guy, if he walked in this room, the energy would just go up.
Yeah.
I kid you not. And then the engagement, right? Because you would think, this guy's such a big guy. He's going to be standoffish. I'm going to need to explain.
Yeah.
Firstly, he'll probably know your name. And if he doesn't, in 5 minutes, you'll feel like you've known him your whole life.
Yeah.
He's that kind of a guy.
There's always videos of him on TikTok meeting people and hugging people.
Crazy.
Crazy. He's a people's person.
If you think I'm a people's person and people say, oh, Winston, you got it. This guy, me on steroids, like he's like times 10.
So you saw that in him?
Yeah. I was like, okay. Firstly, this guy just has that, right?
Yeah.
And then his ability to take pressure. I've never seen someone with more of a poker face than Duduzane. Like, go watch any videos. Go watch him in the state capture, the inquiry.
That, yeah.
I mean, there was a question there. The guy says, "Do you know the Guptas?" He says, "Those are my guys." So the guy starts laughing. He's like, "Do you know why you here? And do you know that right now saying that your guys..."
This is going to implicate you into something.
He's like, "Yo, those are my guys." So the lawyer now, cross-examining, says, "So it's fair to say you were pretty close to them." He says, more than pretty close. Those were my guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there are very few friends who stand up for knowing you under the gun. You know what I mean? Like,
true.
yeah, I know Chucks are not like that. I kind of know him, man.
I saw him the other day. I mean, yeah, geez, yeah.
But not like...
You know my boy.
You know
Not tight.
You know what I mean? So I'm telling him what you want to do to him, you know? Because the pressure's on. So his ability to take pressure and deal with it and make the right decisions under pressure, second to none. And then he has a flair for business. He has a flair for managing people, getting the best out of people, getting the best out of the situation, and being able to put the right resources in the right place to get the right result.
Do people know this though? That's because he's got to win.
Social media is making us know that now.
So yeah, I hope so because
So here's the thing. All you need to do, or all we need to do, is take him to the people.
yeah,
I don't need to convince you about Duduzane. When you meet him, you'll be convinced.
Yeah.
And everyone he meets is convinced. If you hate him, by the time you're done, you're at least neutral.
Yeah.
At least neutral. And if you were neutral, you're all the way up. So
It's one of those.
So it's one of those. But we've also said, it's not ours to block or beat everyone else or be against everyone else. Because someone said, what do you think about this party? What do you think about these guys? What do you think about... I said to him, we're not going to be the guys who are in the interview talking about the other guy who wants the job. You know what I mean? Yeah, I heard Josh also came for this job, but he's a bad guy. You know, I know some stories about him.
He's always in court.
I actually know his mom. Now you spend your whole interview
And not
dissing,
actually...
you know
Somebody.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Firstly, the guy who was doing the interview is now going to research Josh. He didn't even know about this Josh guy, but since you know so much about this guy, must be a guy worth knowing. Now you've changed the whole.
There's a certain blue party that does that.
You understand? So what you got to do is just present yourself.
Yeah.
Present what you've got to add. You know, and people, especially people of color, we need to come away from the entitlement, and we need to come away from the victimhood mentality.
What do you mean by that?
Okay, let me give you an analogy before They chose 3 hot ladies, and they said, do you believe in an interview your looks play a role in whether you get the job or not? They said, absolutely.
Surely.
They said,
100%.
They said 100%.
Yeah.
They said, so the guy said, are you sure? The lady said, listen,
I know.
if I know if we walk in to an interview,
It's over.
The answer is yes.
It's over,
know?
especially if it's a man there.
so
It's over.
he said, okay, let's test this theory. We're gonna put a ugly scar on your face,
Okay.
right? 3 of you, we're gonna really go in on the scar. And then you go into this interview, you give it horns, and you give us feedback. So they spend some time on the scars, right? And they and the lady's like, oh my God, we are not getting the job. I'm like, nah, let's just go for it. And they go in on the scar. And they show the ladies and they say, what do you think? And the ladies say, no. Yeah, no, it looks real.
I'm not getting in here.
You know what I mean? So he says, okay. He goes and check on the interviewing panel and then calls the ladies one by one. And first lady just about to go in, he says, hang on. We want to touch up the scar and make sure it's right. So he spends his time touching it up and the lady goes in. Second one, third one. And then they came and give feedback. The first lady said, you know, when they asked all the questions, especially there were 3, the 2 gentlemen couldn't even look at me because the scar was so bad.
Yeah.
They didn't even want to make eye contact. The lady that was doing in the interview made eye contact, but every answer I gave sort of irritated. It was like she interjected, like I was long-winded. And second lady said kind of the same thing. The interviewing panel was a bit combative, could see the scar, played a big role. The third lady said, I'm not even going to lie, from my side as well, because of how bad the scar looked, I wasn't making eye contact. I knew I wasn't going to get the job, so I was just, going through it, going through the motions. And the guy said, geez, your focus has been like
On the scar.
Is on the scar. Did you try? He said, we tried, but I'm telling you, the scar is what swung it for us.
us.
Yeah.
To them.
He said, okay, ladies, now look at your face.
There's no scar.
There's no scar.
Oh, my
The
word.
touch up, he took the scar off.
Oh.
So it was never the scar, but the scar was already on their
Minds.
in their psyche. They went into that interview thinking, we're
Already
done.
we're not
for
gonna make it.
it.
Already failing.
You understand?
Yeah.
And I feel as black people, as people of color, we're carrying the scar on our faces. We're not saying that the past didn't happen. That's not what we're saying. But we are saying maybe the scar has healed. Maybe the scar is not as bad as we think it is. Maybe we still fit for purpose and we'll still get the job with the scar. Seal got the girl with the scar.
Dude,
Seal. Yeah. That's when I believed in my abilities as well.
You know what I mean?
That's when you know.
But maybe also the scar isn't there. And when you're born and you find out, because I feel like some people, they find out the history and then they believe that they should be owning the scar. That is actually not for them to own. I'll give you an example with my life. Why do I need to feel that I now have to have the scar because I'm black? Why? Maybe I can set the scar aside.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of people had the scar, but I am lucky enough not to. I don't want to use that as a motivating factor. And you to your point, you're right. It's possible that the scar has healed. It's possible that it's not even there.
There's no scar.
And you just feel like you're taking the scar now.
100%.
Yeah.
So we really have to get. I don't want to be as insensitive as to say get over it, because no one says to Jewish people, "Oh, get over the Holocaust," right? But I'm saying, boys, we're in the game. It's game on. You understand? If you stop, you definitely lose the game.
Yeah.
If you play, you could win.
Yeah.
Right?
There's a possibility.
There is a big possibility that you could win.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
Now what you want to do? You understand? Because remember, if you stop and you lose, no one's going to say he lost, but he could have won. You lost. But if you play, even if you lose, it's just.
But it's better than not
just. You understand?
Yeah.
You barely. And it's better than not playing.
It's way better than not playing.
100%.
Okay, so that's exactly what's happened here. So Winston, you were like, okay, Duduzane, you're the guy. You're going to make the difference here. Let's get you to the people.
At that time, he was in Dubai, though.
Yeah,
Right?
and why? Please understand, it's not me being arrogant saying I was the one who convinced him. I like to clarify that point because some naysayers say, "Oh, look at how greedy for power the Souk is," and
his dad was there.
This is not a dynasty, dynasty. It's not a Little did people know that he wasn't even keen. It took massive convincing. And then we went to his dad. And I know you think the story goes, his dad said, "Brilliant.
Go for it.
Go for it." His dad said, "Yeah, I agree. The ANC Youth League needs a strong president." We said, "No, president of the country."
Yep.
His dad said, "Geez, these boys are hungry. This kid has got something to eat," and he left. He said, "Uglamba."
You're not the same when you're hungry.
Hunger's
Get them a
confusing.
Snickers.
Hunger's confusing these cats.
So there was no support from Mr. Zuma.
First,
At first, he probably was like, what the
you
hell?
can't.
The entitlement.
Firstly,
Don't say that.
Firstly, there's always support
Yeah.
because
It's your dad.
it's your dad, so he supports you, right? But don't think he's thinking you can be president.
Yeah.
Because you understand?
Yeah.
So I just want to make it clear that it wasn't like a family saying, "Yeah, no, you got next.
Yeah, your
this
turn.
is lovely. No, it wasn't like that.
Like the president of Zim just put his son in charge.
Yeah,
there
it
as well.
wasn't like that. And to this day, at no point do you see Ubaba Msholozi saying, Duduzane. No. We are just saying that there is a definite void left. There is a massive cavity in terms of a lack of leadership. And we saying, actually, I know a guy. That's what we say.
Yeah.
If you also know a guy, great. Get your guy. Let's get my guy. Let him get his guy. Let's put them forward to the constituency, to the electorate. Let them decide. And let them put them through their paces. But we no more pulling a move. We no more saying, oh, you guys have struggle credentials. No, you should just take over. It's only right. No.
That's the thing.
We're saying, actually, oh, you also know a guy. That's great. Oh, let them deliver. Let them hit the ground. And if you, to lead is to serve. That's it. To lead is to take action. It's not a position. It's an action, and it's an action of serving. And what speaks to that is Duduzane started cleaning. And you notice how cleaning started becoming a thing. Then there's politicians cleaning. Then there's different people cleaning.
Potholes and things
Yes,
like that.
and then there's people cleaning. At first, most leaders, just be honest, cleaning was beneath them.
I'm done with that.
I'm
above that now.
I'm above that.
Yeah, there we go.
It was beneath them
Yeah.
before Duduzane started it. Right? And why? Because he is a ground person. I mean, this cat makes bombs and he'll still be like, I mean, you know, there's certain brands, right? Rolex, LV, this, that, you know?
Dolce,
You know, you get like strong brands,
Mr. Price.
you know, the guy, okay, maybe not.
Come on. I didn't even know you knew that brand. Okay. That's just
So
just wanted to test if he knows that brand still.
So there's certain brands you'd associate with people of a certain caliber, right?
100%. Yeah.
And those brands sort of affirm the person, at least in your mind, right? And then you get a guy like Duduzane, an all-star, a jeans and a t-shirt.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
The guy is post-brand. He affirms your brand. Your brand doesn't affirm him. You understand?
Yeah.
That's how strong of a brand he is.
Yeah.
That if he wears an LV or an in-your-face brand, it starts distracting and taking away because he is such a strong brand
Yeah.
that he pulls whatever
Yeah.
up. That's how much faith I have in that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
His humbleness is
Yeah.
beyond us because I recall my first ever interaction with Duduzane when this whole state capture stuff was going on. He was very much in the heat of everything, right? And you know, Gateway parking lot always has a problem with tickets. And I was trying to pay for my ticket, press the button, ding, ding, hi sir, you know that story.
Yeah, he answered.
And no, man, he wasn't doing that. He wasn't doing that sort of thing. But he came to pay for his ticket, and I said, "Hey, Mr. President, how are you?" And he laughed and he said, "I'm good. How are you doing?"
Yeah.
And I just said,
And you're like, oh, flip, you
Yo,
responded, yeah?
do I have to say I'm good? You know what I mean? It was one of those casual conversations that you can just have with anyone, you know? And what I like about him a lot is that the inclusivity
Yeah.
that he pushes for.
Big game.
You know?
He plays that game.
You know when
heavy.
you see the white auntie starting to hug you, then you know you're doing
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When the white
You're a
aunties
big
are
deal.
liking you, there's a video that got like 1 million views of him on
Yeah.
TikTok where these white aunties at Spa and they're like, aren't you Duduzane?
Come here.
And they hug him and they're taking pictures and he's just having chats, you know? He's one of those guys.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
And
He's for the culture.
100%.
You know?
And he's not even faking it. That's who he
him.
is. Check his friends. Very diverse set of friends. Very. You'd expect him to only have a certain type of friend. Duduzane's friends are very diverse. You know what I mean? So That's the kind of leader for me I think the country needs.
Yeah,
But
for
you
sure.
are okay to say, no,
That's not for me.
that's not for me. I want a hardliner act. And we say, cool.
Yeah.
The judge is always going to be the electorate. We're always going to put it to
on
the
the-
people.
put it on the
All right,
ballot.
guys,
You decide.
this is it. You decide.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I also say most politicians, 90%, outside of politics are not self-sufficient, not sustained.
No.
Cannot. I know politicians by the dozen. Once they're out of positions of power, things are bad.
They'll be shopping with us at Checkers.
Yeah, if at all. You understand? Why? Because you're not outside the realms of power. You don't know how to do anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You understand? And listen, this power thing or this position is not forever. It's a transition. Duduzane, if he comes in next year, comes in at 42, does his stint of one term or two, leaves at 52 and goes about his life. You don't play musical chairs. Okay, he's been president. Let's bring him back. We'll make another position called advisory. No, guys, you came, you added value, you did your thing, and you moved on.
So from the moment you guys embarked on this journey to now, to right now as we sit here, so from then to now, would you guys say you've achieved some of your objectives?
And
Thus
how
far?
close, and also how close are we to saying, yo, Duduzane is actually
Yeah.
going to contest right now?
He's actually going to contest. That's
for sure.
100%.
That's a
for
given.
sure.
Yeah.
But in terms of your objectives to now,
I like to give practical examples that speak to the point I make.
yeah.
I'm a business guy. I sell fuel. That's one of the things I do, and some construction. But you wouldn't know me, and I wouldn't be on this podcast if we were not successful at what we do.
For sure.
Am I right?
For sure.
Yeah? Right. Would you love to have Duduzane on your show?
Of course.
100%.
That speaks to that point. If we were not good at what we do, if he hadn't made the kind of impact that he's made, we wouldn't be having this conversation, right? And even if you did have him on your show, you'd take heat for it. Where you'd start having to put out disclaimers. Listen, the views expressed.
By the guest.
the
It's
guest.
not that on the show. we still haven't put that on yet. Though.
We have.
You understand? And because of how we've hit the ground, we're in the mix, boys. We're in the mix, right?
Yeah.
And appreciate before 2019, we were nowhere. We weren't even thinking politics,
Yeah.
right? 2019 to now, we're in the conversation.
You're
Right?
definitely part of the conversation, yeah. So
For me, that's a win.
so objective
You understand?
for sure.
Why? Because it's not about us. It's about the electorate saying, hang on, we got options.
Let's listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got options. Because once you give people options, even what they choose is better than before you. You know why? Because now they can even renegotiate. Listen, Winston also wants to buy this sneaker. So I'm not going to negotiate my price. I'm selling it for X. If you don't want it, let me know. The guys will come in for it tomorrow, right? Because you've given them options. So that now elevates the game. For the people who are saying, oh, all these old people, here's a younger crop. There's options. For people that are saying, oh, we like, but politics is too one-dimensional. It's too group-based, i.e. either you this or you for that group or you for that group. I like more inclusive. There's options, right? For someone, I like someone younger who understands what we're going through in terms of the youth and being unemployed and the challenges we have today. Not those there's options. And come closer to the time, I think that drum beat, the volume just picks up, the temperature just picks up. And people are going to say, hang on, there's options. I mean, the position he took on the Dubula song, Dubula Mapunu,
the farmer.
Kill the Farmer
Kill the
song.
farmer, yeah.
Yeah, I felt it was a courageous position, but that's how he feels. He feels that in today's society, the song is not relevant and shouldn't be sung purely because it hurts a certain group of South Africans.
Of our people.
Yes.
Yes.
They're ours.
You understand?
We won. We South Africans.
He's not saying it's not a part of history. He's not saying if you go to a certain show and they're talking about history, that can't be as a part of the story. He's saying in certain places, or most day-to-day places, why would we sing a song that makes an entire group
Feel out of place.
besides out of place,
Scared.
targeted,
Yeah.
uncomfortable,
Yeah.
frightened? Because remember, the song's not saying hug you, beat you, it's saying shoot you,
Kill you.
kill you.
Imagine.
You know what I mean? Like, understand that. There's a group of people here saying, kill you. That has surely got to put some kind of fear in you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So he's saying, now understand where he comes from.
Yeah.
Understand
He puts his head on the block a lot.
Understand who his father is.
Yeah.
Understand the conversation when you get home, hey.
What are you doing
What?
here? Yeah.
You know what I mean? I sing that song.
That's my track.
You understand?
Yeah.
For him to say, actually, I don't think. So
Speaks volumes of his character.
yes, it's a caliber
ability to
person
stand up on
you're
your own
dealing
decision.
with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there are some things that are more difficult to do when they kind of favor you.
Yeah.
You get me? It's like, Sonny, stay out of this one. You know what I mean?
It's not for you.
Just
unnecessary heat,
You understand?
Yeah.
But
Catching
he,
strays, yeah.
You understand? But he jumps up and says,
Yeah.
actually, guys, for me, it's a no. Now you get sell out, you get this, you get...
But you also get he's for the people.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Because now he doesn't only speak to one, he speaks to all.
But it's more than trying to clickbait. Because understand it's a numbers game. Black people are 80% of the population. So if you're playing the numbers game, theoretically you should just skirt that one.
Yeah.
But because he's a person of his conviction, he didn't. And you know, someone said, if you want me to vote for you, you know, maybe you should just pull back that comment. And he said, no, I don't want you to vote for me. I want to get the country right. And if you believe I'm a person of value that can do that, then come on this journey with me.
Instead of using
But
that
if
as a
you
ransom. Threaten me.
if you don't think I'm the, my life is still like I wasn't unemployed. You didn't meet me on the street.
I'm not doing it just for you. I'm here for everyone.
100%.
That's the rule of thumb, though, with these songs, okay?
Yeah.
Don't sing that song or a song that you wouldn't sing in an interracial wedding. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
So
Because
if-
everything is like, you always talk on that.
Because if you're if you're in an interracial, let's say a wedding, okay, black, white, colored, Indian, Kalindian, you're not gonna sing your Kill the Boy. You're not gonna sing the Kill the Boy song because there's a certain portion that it's going to affect. So just
Make all your guests feel welcome.
make sure you're just singing the songs that everybody's going to enjoy.
You know, Winston, there was I watched that interview you did with Penyo, one of our good friends. And there was a
Penyo the
story,
Black Pig.
there was a story he told, eh? And you said you guys were going to a court case for Duduzane.
Yeah.
And you saw a bunch of people in the distance, right? And these people were there basically to boo him, bring him down. And he had no idea. And when he got there, the first thing he did was he approached them. And you were like, what is he doing? And when he approached them, the mood changed.
100%.
Why did the mood change? What does he have that's different?
Obamacare. I'm just kidding.
This, I think everyone has. When you approach a situation, you change it
Yes,
just by virtue of you approaching it.
facing it
Head on.
head on.
I don't even think it's necessarily head on. It's just the practical. Like I'm sitting here. If I stood up, your posture would change.
Yes, it would.
Because
but it's you,
I'm-
Winston.
You 6 foot
Jeez, like
something.
it. You've got a wide chest here.
Ex-boxer.
You are
But the dynamics of where I'm placed changes your posture,
I'm gonna
right?
stand up too. I'm gonna give it a go.
Right? Yeah, you understand? And now if I stand up and I'm laughing, you might just laugh.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's like, okay, we're kind of doing a show.
We friends,
Right?
Yeah.
Right. But if I stand up and like kick the table,
Yo.
it'll change your posture again.
Then you're not my boy
You
anymore. I'm
understand?
out.
My posture will go like
So
this.
what am I saying? I'm saying as you confront something,
Yeah.
depending on how you confront it, changes it. And we all have that
Ability.
ability. We can change this country. If 3 of us now say, listen, enough is enough. We're going to change X. And we go out to do it. We can. Guys, this podcast, I was sitting at the Beverly Hills and a guy said, I watched your podcast on the Penn show. Hey, when are you doing another one?
Hey,
I said, hey, podcasts aren't really my thing. And I didn't think people would be interested in hearing what I've got to say, because I'm the support role guy. And I've been okay with that.
I'm the
right?
Pippin to Michael.
Yeah, And I said, but the guys from load shedding have asked for me to come on. And I'm thinking, he said, no, watch that show.
Oh.
No, you must go on.
Oh, what a G. What a man.
I'm like, but this show started yesterday.
It did though. It
You
did
watched
start
it?
yesterday.
You watched that show? He's like, yeah, it's a good one. No, you got to go on there.
Oh, what a
I'm
good-
like, now, why do I say this? I say that you're already changing things
Yeah.
sure.
because you're going towards it.
Yeah.
Go towards your dreams and your dreams will gravitate towards you
Wow.
because you go towards it.
Well said.
You
Well
understand?
said. Well said.
But if you that guy,
Yeah. It's not gonna happen.
it's not going to happen, my G.
Sure.
Wow.
I mean, when I look at your story,
Yeah.
boxing, car accident,
Setbacks. You were shot even,
boxing, shot,
Yes.
almost number 2, call center, that whole
eh?
thing.
Struggle.
I mean, what are the kinds of setbacks you are experiencing now? Because I mean, the only way is up, and you have to push. But like, if you've told your story about the setbacks, then what are the types of setbacks you as a businessman now are getting? What are the serious challenges?
Firstly, you would think that being relatively younger than most other people in the political space, the older generation would pave the way. They do everything to trip you up. You know what I mean? And understand these are people like our fathers, our mothers.
Who wouldn't actually do that though? Our actual fathers and mothers, they wouldn't trip us up.
That's the point I'm
Yes,
making.
yes,
That's
yes.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You are asking me what. So those things leave you winded,
Yeah.
in shock, like,
Bitter.
not so much bitter, just in
more
shock.
like,
Yeah, because I don't
why?
get.
Yeah.
All right, I don't get bitter because I start to realize, oh, this means that much to you. I thought you were serving. I thought this was just a job.
Yeah.
I thought you were trying to bring more people
You're in.
when you leave.
Yeah. Oh, you're not trying to do that. Oh, you are part of the problem.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay, let's push on.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because I'm 43. I think I can still get it to 30 push-ups. You, one sit-up.
No.
It's like
You wonder.
Getting out of bed is breaking bones right
You
now.
understand?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I can outrun you, right? I didn't want to do it,
But now I'm gonna do
but
it.
now you're making it a thing.
You were
Yeah.
making it a thing now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, okay, since it's a thing,
I'm gonna
let's
guess
go.
you now.
Yeah. You understand? So these are the... So I've given you an overview, right?
I see.
But there are some that hit home because the people are closer to you. You understand?
You got
And
examples?
then, no. I have examples, but as I said, I'm not here to put people on blast.
Of course.
I'm here to say, the system's broken, guys. Let's fix it. You know what I mean? I'm not here to say, you doing this. I'm just saying, there's a system that's broken. And it's a problem, right? Because it's creating entitlement. It's creating, this is mine kind of vibe. It's creating, I just need to maintain this, right? And guys, I don't blame politicians for not wanting to give some of the stuff up. If you've been to a presidential estate,
Is it nice?
yo,
It's different.
that's ill, fam.
Give us some insights. What's it like? 'Cause
It's
we don't know.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's it's
Wow. Damn.
you know what I mean? So you're like, okay.
This is how you're moving, yeah. You don't even wipe your own bum out
Wolf
here.
of
This
Wall
thing's
Street.
gonna auto
I'm not fucking
wipe.
leaving.
The show goes on.
You know what I
I'm 75, but the show goes on.
mean? You hear what I mean?
Yeah.
It's different. It's different.
Let me just off the cuff, right? The president has a helicopter, actually 2 helicopters, and he has Falcon 1.
Wow.
Falcon 1, Air Force 1,
Yes, okay.
Right.
There we go.
right? There's the big boy for the long haul trips
Yes.
with the rooms and the offices.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've seen a video of that one.
Phones
And
even.
the phones and the bed and
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right? Then there's the small,
Day to day.
you know,
We're going to Cape Town this morning.
Yes.
Let's cruise.
right? And then there's like a rule, a certain distance, the chopper comes out.
Sure.
But the 2 choppers come out because president and
Got to.
the security.
Wow.
Right?
It's nice out here.
Huh?
Yeah.
Then there's protocol if he goes overseas. Then
And
right?
the cars.
Then there's the house. Bulletproof this, bulletproof that. elevators in your house. You know when you got elevators in your house.
You moving
That's a
different.
different story there.
We
Yeah.
were going to the mall to ride one for a
It's
first
not
time, you know?
up the
Just one of those.
stairs. You know what I mean?
You gotta-
It's ding.
You gotta have a generator. Though. That's just
You
the
know what I mean?
caveat.
No, you don't really need one.
you don't
because
get
you're in
load
the grid.
shedding.
You're the guy who
You're the
puts it
guy.
off.
Yeah, of course.
Put it
And you
off
put
and
it
My
on.
bad. My
You know what I
bad.
mean? And everyone in the neighborhood doesn't
Get it, yeah.
get load shedding.
Hello, my good neighbor.
And even your neighbors outside of the neighborhood, because they're kind of on the same grid,
Yeah.
don't get it.
Of
So
course.
stay near the
of
president.
course.
You understand?
Yeah.
And there's breakfast, there's stuff, there's
Yeah.
so those trappings.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
It's nice out there.
It's that nice.
So now think about if you've been deputy president for 10 years. Your kid is born, now your kid's 10. Right? And now you become president, your first term. Now your kid's 15. And someone says, hey, dad or mom, resign. Your kid's 15 saying, what? Where are we going to live?
Yeah, where we gonna go?
I'm not going back there.
We
I'm
staying.
not going back there.
Well,
Yeah.
stay.
Going back where?
Yeah.
You were always born in.
Yeah.
You like, why are we leaving our house, dad?
Yeah.
It's
one
you
of
don't
those.
even know it's not
So maybe we need to look after the post presidents better,
No, listen.
just so they can be
Post-president
comfortable.
program.
Just so they can be
PPP.
comfortable to say,
Yeah.
okay, like I'm
Fir-
leaving this job.
Firstly, your security team stays the same.
Okay.
Your salary post stays the same.
Oh,
Imagine
You're good.
Yeah.
Good, yeah.
But understand,
power.
for the guy who's had everything,
Yeah.
a lot is not enough.
Yes, true. For the guys who's have everything, a lot is not enough. Wow. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A guy who's had everything, a lot is not enough.
Wow.
Because you say, is this everything? No, but it's really a lot. Like,
Yeah.
but I'm used to everything.
Yeah.
My
You
goodness.
understand?
They even have a Nando's in my house, bro. I don't gotta leave here.
Yeah. Hey, have you been to Nkandla? Eh?
Have you?
Yeah. I've been
Oh,
Dope.
Is it nice?
Okay.
You said the
We-
meat
we've,
is
we've
good
only
there.
seen pictures.
kind of dope,
Yeah.
right? And it's befitting of a president. But guys, it's not the best in the sense where other presidents have it better.
Oh.
You understand? I mean, when Mandela was president, they went in
Wait, Eastern Cape, eh?
everywhere. They went in everywhere.
But they're not taking photos of those. We're only seeing Nkandla.
But you must also remember, depends on the narrative.
I see.
The media shows you what they want you to
Right.
know.
Of course.
If you fight with the media, they fight back with you. If you fight with the bosses of the media, the bosses of the media fight back.
Go.
The truth is, according to the media and the coverage that they give, theoretically, President Cyril Ramaphosa is the best president we've ever had.
Is it?
According to the media.
Is that
I
so?
would say this. Think about when President Jacob Zuma was our president.
Your
The
lights were on.
media hammered him
Damn.
every day. Comedians hammered him every day. Car show house hammered him every day. Right? It kind of feels worse now. But you don't hear the news hammering.
The narrative's different.
Yeah, you don't hear the news hammering Cyril Ramaphosa, President Cyril Ramaphosa. They might hammer the ANC, but I'm talking about him.
Individually.
They don't.
Oh, there's some big money there in that Pala Pala farm that we're not hearing
and
from.
that thing is, please understand, any other person had foreign currency for so long in their house,
Yes.
they would build a prison underneath a prison
For that
you.
person.
Like everyone else, Max is here, you
Down there.
down. That's how, because that's how many laws were broken there.
But how did we let it slide like this?
Like, do you hear the media putting that out?
No.
No. Do you hear radio hosts putting that out? No. Do you hear Trevor Noah putting that out? No.
How?
President Jacob Zuma, every joke was about President Jacob Zuma. Every joke. Everything was about Nkandla. Everything. 200 million. Pay back the money. Can you tell me? I'm not sure what the number was of the actual dollars in Palafala form.
I think it was 4 million.
Yeah, $4 million.
I think it was 4 million. I think.
I'm not sure, right? But let's say if it's $4 million, what's that?
Times
20.
Well, almost 20 now. So 80
80
million.
million rand.
80 million rand, right? What was the tax to be paid on that?
Well, what was it supposed to be?
Yeah.
Geez, I don't know. I don't know what it's supposed to be.
40%, 50%.
45% maybe.
Yeah.
Let's call it a cool 30 million,
Yeah.
right? Right. Do you think it was the first time?
Do you think it was only 4 million?
Thank you. Now, hang on. Let me tell you why I don't think it was the first time. If reports are to be believed, he enlisted the services of the police without opening a charge, then called the police of another country, then traced the money to Cape Town, then got some underworld people in Cape Town, then tortured by the narrative, right? Then paid 150K for them to hush the story
Yes,
to the people
the
that the
as
helper
well, I think.
was tortured, right?
Yeah.
You think it was the first time? So, no.
Come on. We've seen movies.
We've
seen movies.
just look at human behavior.
Yeah.
You are so comfortable with having those kinds of bombs at your house.
Yeah.
You've done it before. Wouldn't every media station be running with
that
it
alive.
every day?
I'm sure even if it was Trump, they would.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I'm saying it to say that these are the things that create. So even if there's merit in an argument of saying, look at him, it's now looked at with a jaundiced view because you have double standards. You understand? Joe Biden can do X, the media pushes it on. Trump, it's all you hear. They run it. Then you start to say, but geez, what has this guy done?
Yeah. Is he going to jail? What's going on? Is he running?
Understand?
Yeah.
So I'm saying there are these things that make us question, right? And it's always been ever about, that's what I said, geez. And I even, like me now saying, I get why it's not easy for them to walk out. It's not easy. 20, you pull a 20-year stint of that.
Life could be a dream.
But brother, just the experience of a private jet, it's not a normal experience. It's walking, it's driving onto the tarmac.
It's
You understand?
We're busy scanning our iPads, our wallets and
Driving
stuff.
Taking your
on.
ID out 4 times.
You understand?
Yeah.
The pilot or the help getting your bags out the boot of your car straight.
Winston. Good day, Mr. Winston.
To that time the turbans are.
Hey, it's not chicken and beef, it's caviar and lamb.
That
It's a
time
nice
it's
place.
like the jet's on. You know what I mean?
Good day.
Right? Your bags, look, they're supposed to check. But I'm saying.
They don't even have the seatbelt thing there.
No.
Like they don't have the seatbelt.
Do they do one of those good day passengers? Thank you for... No?
It's just off.
You guys are spoiled.
It's just off. You're like, yo, good to see you again. Just let me know if there's anything else. This is what we're serving. you're still even on the phone. No one's saying,
Please turn off all mobile devices. None of that. We're not feeling it.
It's not
it's
that.
none
eh?
of that, right? Then that's just a private jet. That is not from the protocol lounge with those cars with the, you know what I mean? That's not shut down. That's not the Air Force. Because remember, the president, he's air hostess and pilot, and they Air Force people. That smart Air Force.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
You know, and they're actually
military.
soldiers. It's on
Military.
that,
One of
it's
these,
on
yeah.
that other.
Yeah.
You know? So it takes a special kind of person to walk into that life and know when to leave the dance floor. Not easy. Not easy. I don't care who you are. Muhammad Ali didn't know when to leave the dance floor. You know what I mean? Because it's, you know, and they asked
But the young,
Angelo
kid, the young
Dundee.
kid made him leave, eh?
Yeah. And they asked Angelo Dundee, but why didn't you, when you knew he had Parkinson's already, you know? And he said, how do you tell God that he can't make lightning anymore?
Wow.
You understand? It was difficult. So really, so why I say this, I say to say that that's why you have to make sure the caliber of leader you place in place or choose has to be of, you know, Duduzane, when his father's in power and you would say, hey, let's hit a lift on the church. He's like, yeah, Winston, let's not get used to that. I don't like getting used to things that aren't mine. Because when it's taken away, you feel like you've lost something and it was never yours to begin with. You know? So those are the traits I've seen of him over time that say, guys, I got a guy. If you got a guy, that's cool too. Bring your guy, let them measure up and let the people choose.
That's
You know?
going to be, 2024 is going to be exciting.
Interesting. Winston, I have a question though.
Yeah?
Were you always a suit guy or did you become a suit guy? Because with us, we're always in the track pants and the, you know, we like to feel cool. When did you become that guy or have you always been that guy?
A friend of mine told me I was always a suit. So the thing is, I think going to church, firstly with my old man, he always wore suits to church. So
Dapper.
yeah, so I was like,
there.
yeah, I'm here with the
Best
suits.
fits on a Sunday, huh?
You know what I mean? And then just growing up and then wanting to move into business.
Yeah.
And I felt that coming into business relatively young, and it's before business became so casual. Now, there was a time where you had to be, you trying to do a deal, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now it's more dressed down.
Yeah.
There's YouTubers, there's app developers, there's all kinds of new businessmen. Before it wasn't that. It was
traditional.
I came on the last. I kind of feel like on the tail end of it. It was person to person.
The gentleman's club.
Yeah. You know, so that.
So
and
you've
I
always
always
been there.
kind of liked suits.
Yeah.
I liked the dapper look. I felt like it said something, and I felt
Because
like
you're a classic man. The way
I'm
you
a
carry yourself,
classic
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
and
try.
also, I've seen something when I worked corporate. Fridays are casual Fridays. It's a thing.
Yeah,
right?
that was your corporate gig. Yeah.
So casual Fridays means you can rock a collar and some jeans and some Converse and you're cool to go.
Yeah.
And every day we'd walk to work because we lived in Rosebank. So the boys on a Monday, we'd walk with our suits and our briefcases working at the bank, you know. And security at the bank would say, good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. You know, we looked the part. Friday, you walk past the security, says, sure, Posa, how are you doing? You
So
know?
the way you dress.
The way you greeted and the way somebody sees you the first time, I'll say, good morning, sir, how are you doing? You know, when I spoke to you as well, it's your presentation's important, you know?
Yeah, I truly feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that you got to bring something to the engagement.
Yeah.
Right? And I feel like this is me. So I bring me
Yeah.
at this level because I want to engage you at a level that says to you, this guy takes me seriously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So my Crocs are not going to work out.
Yeah, and these shorts as well.
No,
Not
look,
coming
it
in.
works.
No, we understand. Winston. No, we get it.
When
we
he
get
gets out of here, we're not putting these boys on. Nope. Dude, don't reply to the
it. We
DM.
get it.
And I've been watching your numbers. You guys are climbing steadily.
We're pushing.
Yeah. By the time this episode is, will be 3 months exactly.
Yeah. Today's
You know what I mean?
today's our
3
3 months.
And at the Beverly Hills, what was the guy's name? Martin, shout out Martin.
Shout out
Beverly
Martin.
Hills, I'm on the
You
show.
the best,
so
boy.
you said come on the show, you better watch the show. Martin from the Beverly Hills was like, yo,
Yes.
I watch those guys. Yeah, go on.
Thank you, Winston. Hopefully we can have some more meet with you guys up in Kandla with Uncle Duduzane there. So I'm just sorry. I just planted myself there. My bad.
No, we will definitely do something and try and get him on the show.
Yeah, that would be
Sure,
cool.
it'd be
that'd be
nice.
cool.
I mean, there's a lot
Yeah.
of youngsters watching, you know?
Yeah,
And
because
it'll
I would
be
like
nice.
to also pick his brain a little bit more because, you know, these days the youngsters they're gonna want to know the how. So how can they physically make a difference? Whether it's voting, whether it's liking a post, whether it's sharing, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think that's going to be an important part, especially for next year, where we want to feel like we're adding value.
Yeah.
How do we support in that aspect? Doesn't matter who's going to be in the running, but it's just more of if we can get more people like that, then it will be easier to spread the word.
100%.
Look at a TikTok trending track, for example. When these guys do these trending things, they do these cool dances, and now all of a sudden this thing's got 5
Viral.
billion
Yeah.
views, you know? So it's more like what the action is going to be. So that's where I'm going to
Yeah,
pick
I
his
think
brain.
we've even what's interesting, we do some youth sporting stuff.
there you go.
The soccer three
yeah?
and three.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
We must go
We
to
should
that.
all burn it there.
We must go to
me,
that.
you and Mo, the three of us.
we will rock them.
And there's no entry fee.
Yeah.
And 20K for the winner.
Sure.
What? Where?
Does it happen
Wait a
20K
minute.
every time that it happens?
10K, 20K,
Wow.
depending.
Yeah, so
but
gateway
this
on
weekend,
Saturday.
20K.
Let's go play.
No
bro.
entry fee.
You want to play?
How do we play?
Hey, my knees, bro.
My knees are fine, but I'll
You
play.
know, every color
I'll play
guy
goalie. I'll play
once
goalie.
played, now they have an injury that they
Yeah.
didn't make it with.
Guys, get Bryce Moon. 20K is
Oh, Bryce,
20K.
come, boy. We've got a team. We've got Ryan and Bryce. We've got Ryan. We've got me as a keeper.
Yeah, and
Yo, we
anyone
hot,
can
yeah.
play. Yeah.
And me as a
boys.
super sub, you know what I mean? For the vibes, I'm
Let's
there.
go. Okay, that's
Actually
positive.
brilliant.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is really positive.
So it
man.
really
Wow.
gets the kids out.
Winston,
and
Yeah.
Before you go though, right? If you could say something to young Winston or that young kid out there who comes from humble beginnings but has big dreams, what would you say to them?
This is your closing now, here, Winston.
pressure's on.
That
Yeah.
pressure's on.
Yeah.
But you Tutu's friend, there's no pressure here.
So I engage kids all the time or youngsters all the time, right? And I don't think they appreciate the practicality of hard work. Because youngsters kind of want the castle before everything else. You got to put in the work first. And that's not glamorous. You know what I mean? When the cameras go off and the lights go down, somebody's got to mop up here. Somebody's got to unplug. Somebody's got to put it in the different bags. Somebody's got to carry it to the car. Somebody's got to get down to the editing. Somebody's got to say, okay, what stays, what goes. Somebody had to do the research. Somebody had to pay for this place. Don't underestimate the impact practicality and hard work has on whatever it is you're doing. That's one. Number two, don't look to extract value off the jump. Add value. You cannot extract value from a new engagement or relationship. How? Nothing works without investment. You say, oh, but I don't have money. But you invest, right? When you go to school, you invest. When you go for an interview, you invest. You go for that interview, you get the gear, you then invest. Whole month you work without pay. You go there every day. They pull you through the ringer. You could get dismissed before payday. There's all of those things you go through. And sometimes that initial job is actually not even the position you want, but it's what you got to do until you can do what you want to do.
100%.
Right? But whenever people see someone they deem successful, their first disposition is, how do we extract? How do we extract value? And the person, if they're successful, is no fool. And a fool and their money are soon parted, but not a top achiever, right? So a top achiever, how you get stuff out of them is you add value at the level you are able to add value at. And then they see the value in you and think, how do I scale this person up? Because I actually need them here. I need this value in this quantity. So I got to get them up there. But you only think of getting them up there when you see the value they add here. But as they look to extract, they're like everyone else. So you're like, no, I can't do anything with. Or you might say, okay, I'm going to give you this, but that's a goodbye. You understand? I said to another youngster, he was telling me all these problems, like his challenges, and he had a lot, right? I said, you're a sharp young man. I can see that. And I respect your craft and what you do. So now I want to know, do you want me to feel sorry for you? Because I already do. And I'll give you something. But I can't partner you and feel sorry for you. Because when I partner you, I see you as something else, as someone I could work with as a partner. You know what I mean? It's like a lady can't date you and feel sorry for you. If she dates you, she admires you, she sees who you are, the value you bring and where this could go. Or if she feels sorry for you, oh, this is so sad. My boyfriend and I will see what we could do for you. Keep up the fight.
Friend.
We love you, friend.
Bestie.
Yeah.
Bestie.
Yeah,
That's how you
understand.
develop that
You
word.
understand? Then you can't now come and say, okay, so when we're going out, it's like, out, how do you mean? You got lots of problems, bud.
Don't bring them here.
You know what I mean?
Stay in your lane.
You know? So it's the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
I can't feel sorry for you and partner you. We have to choose, right? So if that's your pitch, then let's go for that and see what we can do there. If you're looking to partner me on something, your pitch has to be different because that's something else. They both work, but they might not both work for you. For what your intention is, they might not. Because you never see a guy at the corner and think this guy could be our next partner. Let's make him a shareholder. You feel sorry for him, you give him help, but you're done. You don't say, let's sign him up, boys, this guy, put a suit on him, you don't, right? So be fair. If you're coming with a sub story, there's a certain response you're going to get.
Yeah.
If you're coming with the let's do something, but make sure your pictures are different because the responses are different. You know,
Absolutely.
the one's more instant, but short-lived.
Other one's got some work.
The other one's got some work, but it's also got some legs. So for me, that is very important because almost every youngster kind of got the sob story. It's, you know what I mean? And the other thing, no, and the reason I want to do this, I just want to give back. How old are you? I'm 24 years old. You're not a give back phase of your life. What have you built that you want to give? You're still at grind phase of your life. You know what I mean? I know you heard the story somewhere on Instagram. I just want to give back and take it easy down, boy.
Kid, bro, you can't be giving.
You understand?
Yeah.
So that's what I would tell young Winston because because even if I needed to hear that because I had the nicest sob story. You know what I mean? I car accident, I got shot, I lost my parents. My story was like a tearjerker. Okay, but on a partner, no, you need help, bud.
Thank you so much, Winston.
Yeah, give me all your attention. One time for the misfits. Through the doors open on the highway, I promise you don't want to miss this.